Hello friends, today we will be going to start a new course on machine learning. This course will guide you about the basics and intermediate levels of machine learning and its features and advantages. Let's begin with our first video. In our first video, we'll be learning about what is machine learning. Let's begin. Definition: machine learning is a field of computer science that enables systems to learn from data without being explicitly programmed. Alright. It focuses on building models that can make predictions or decisions based on patterns in the data. So machine learning is basically a field of computer science which allows us to learn from the data, right? A machine is learning from the data without being explicitly programmed. Alright. It focuses on building models that can make predictions or decisions based on patterns in the data. So it is basically used to find patterns in the data and using these patterns in order to make predictions and decisions. For example, when the weather forecasts a signal that indicates that rain is about to occur, it is basically using machine learning, alright, in order to see the past trends, temperatures, cloud positions, in order to determine and predict if the rain will occur or not and what are the chances of rain occurring. Next, we have some key principles. It is data-driven learning. Rules and logic are derived from the data itself. So as you already know, it is all about the data. Machine learning, where a machine is learning using a data. So it is basically a data-driven learning where the rules and logics are derived from the data itself. Then we have modeling relationships. Machine learning finds patterns between input, which are features, and output, which are targets. Alright. The output are often called targets in the machine learning, don't be confused. So basically the model relationship is in such a way that machine learning finds various patterns between our input and our output, and based on these patterns it uses its deductive technology to come to an output or to predict an output. Next we have experience based improvement. Performance improves as the model sees more relevant data. Alright, so basically the performance is enhanced when you give it more data, when you train it more, right? Just like a sports or a game, if you are able to play more sports or if you are able to play more of a game, you are able to learn more, and while learning more you are able to perform better as you progress. Then we have the general ML process, where we give the input data, it is processed by an algorithm, and a prediction or a decision is done. The goal is to build a function that maps inputs to outputs effectively. Learning happens through training, where the model adjusts based on the data. So basically you are training the model using the input, and then you will use the model to predict an output, alright, to determine what an output might be without using any explicit programming. For example, you are teaching a child how to do math or how to solve math problems. So first you have to train him. Once you train him, he will learn how to process all the data, he will know how to make the calculations, and once he is able to do that, he will be able to answer any new questions you might have, perform operations on new data that you might have. What ML tries to achieve: generalization, perform well on new and unseen data. The basic aim is to perform on a new data that is being given, alright, new data or new operation to be performed on your data. Then we have automation. It enables systems to perform tasks without manual rule creation. Alright, so basically you just want to automate this whole process to make all the things easier, and you do not be requiring a manual rule creation, right? Because you want it automated. You don't want to perform tasks manually. You want it to learn, and you want it to adapt, and using that knowledge it should be able to perform tasks. Then we have adaptability, improve over time as more data becomes available. So the more problems you solve, or the more problems a child solves, the better he gets at doing this, right? So he's improving over time, he's becoming better and better. Maybe he might make a mistake, but he will learn from it. Types of tasks in ML: classification, assigning categories; regression, predicting continuous values; clustering, grouping similar data; recommendation, suggesting content or items. We will be learning about all of these. You do not have to worry for now if you are seeing some new terms. Then we have some core challenges, which is choosing the right model for our task, handling the noise, incomplete or imbalanced data, avoiding both overfitting, which is memorizing, and underfitting, missing patterns. We will also be learning about these in our future videos. Finally, we have the core challenge of measuring performance correctly. So that were some of the points you need to know about machine learning before we dive further. I hope you were able to understand this, and I would like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.